Again, sorry for the sound in the beginning. So you might not believe this, but it's taking me almost a day to get back to this because a lot of things got in the way. I'm dealing with my laptop has been slowing down, so I'm looking for ways to solve that problem. So this is where we are. Okay, so Swollen Sunday. I have my logo here, Dusseldorf. I have center text that I will change and work with. Maybe I can just start editing the text now. So swollen. How do you spell swollen? Sorry, I'm not sure whether it's double L or one L. Swollen Sunday. It's not my fault. Since I came to Germany, my English has... Okay, that's not an excuse. So it's double L. And then Sunday. Swollen. So I want to make the swollen big. Yeah, all I need to do is click before the text and then drag to highlight the text I want, where I want to change the size. Okay, it's already bigger than the biggest size here. So what you're gonna do is highlight inside. Sorry if you see numbers appearing here, it's because I'm not using a mouse. If you see this thing here, I'm not using a mouse, I'm using a stylus. I'm using a pen and a tablet because my mouse got damaged recently, and yeah, I'm waiting. When I get more money, fine, don't listen to my excuses, but I'll buy a mouse later. So yeah, so here then you enter maybe let's say 200. Maybe that would be too big. So 150. I hope the mouse is not too far. Anyway, I mean the mic. 150. 150 is okay. Swollen. And then Sunday. I think Sunday is cool. The Sunday is... Maybe we can increase it a little. 200. Is 100 okay? Did I? Sorry. 120 maybe. Here. Yeah, now this thing, you've seen that it looks like the texts are overlapping. Right? I've done everything in one text layer and they are overlapping. So what I'll do is, if I want to increase the space between this line, the space between this line and that line, I'll highlight everything and go to Windows, Properties. Yeah. So it's showing the property of the current layer you're working on, and it's also showing the properties of the current text that I have highlighted. So it's showing here you have the font. You can change the font here if you like. I want to keep this for now. You can change the style, or I think it's style, whatever. Yeah, regular, italic, bold, and bold italic. So what I want to do is to change the space in between each line. You can either do it by, I think the best way to do it, you see when you move your cursor to the left side, you see it changes to a finger and arrows. That means you can toggle. That's what it's called. you can scroll or toggle. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Yay, this is how I want it to be. So, have my swollen Sunday. I want to do something about this and make it a little swollen. So I'll change it. I'll try and look through the text and see if I can find. I like this one already. Okay, I don't like it. I don't like the W. So I'll go back to my, what's it? Another thing is it's important to know the names of texts. I mean the names of fonts. These are the fonts, the different fonts. So there's Siphon, there's Hammersmith one, but you don't need to memorize it. But for the sake of, because if you, I'll explain the font thing and finding names and all that later. I recently found out a way to find out the names of cool fonts, nice looking fonts that you can download later and work with. Yeah. So I want to go to 21st. Is it 20th century or something? Forgotten what it was called. It's the one I was using at first. Okay, I know it's TW. TW. It's TW cent bold. Condensed bold. I don't like condensed bold. Who's that? Hey, who's sending me a friend request? As I'm talking to you, I'm listening to the shop. Sorry, I shouldn't be getting distracted. From today, you can teach. Hey, okay. So found the text. I found the fonts I was looking for. That was it. You know what I could have done? Rather than going to search for it again, I could just have highlighted it here. Anyway, no problem. So I'm still using this, right? I want to use this. I'll use these colors. I'll change them later. So whoa. Next is next thing is I downloaded some pictures from our church, which I would like one picture from our church which I would like to use, but not that's it. Not very, I know it's not very clear, but I don't want something that's very clear. I want to create the impression of having a lot of people in the church, which you can see right now. This was the launching of the mustard seed. This was the launching, the day mustard seed was launched. So this is what I could find. I wish I could find pictures of us when we were more than this, but this is what I could find. So I'll work with this. So I'm sure you saw how I did it. I just opened it, clicked and dragged it onto this file. Maybe I should repeat. Undo, and then open. Can you see this window? I don't know. Open this. I'm using shortcuts as well for tools, right? So what I did was I used this tool. That's the move or pick tool. I think the move tool. It's called the move tool. Wow, cool. It's the move tool. So the shortcut for the move tool is V. I just press V. So I just clicked, and then dragged onto the next file, and then I can close this one, drag it in place. So what I can do here is, right now it's on top of the Swollen Sunday, so I can just look for the layer where it is. This is it. It's clearly, I can clearly see that this is it. So I just click it and drag it down, and it's under the text. Let me see. I don't want this, so I can just, or maybe I should use it. No, I won't use it. So I'll just I've gotten used to clicking and dragging. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. So Swollen Sunday. A picture doesn't, it's, I don't know. Right now I'm looking at the headline, the line on top of their heads, and it looks slanted. So I'll try and put it in line with the text. Something like this. Now I can change the color of the text. Yeah, so as you can see, I literally just went and selected from the tool section. So I'm selecting the text tool, highlighting everything. It's showing a question mark here because there were two different colors for each word. So that's why when I highlighted everything, it can't decide which color to pick. So that's why there's a question mark here. But usually, if it's one color, it will show you the color, the current color of the text you've highlighted. So I want to change it to white. Yeah, I've just sent it to the very top, click and drag. Yeah, so I want that. I'm satisfied with that. Okay, I can press OK. So it can still do a little with this. What I can do is, right now it's in line, right? So I can start by erasing all this stuff. Right now I think we've got the basics down. We've got almost everything we need for this poster. I've put it together, right? So right now what happens is it's left to you to be creative about it, how you want to go about it. Usually the best way to do this is to plan how you want, plan your ideas, like sketch, put a sketch on paper, think about how you want it to look like, and then sketch something on paper and write down all your ideas, what the things you need to put together in the poster. But yeah, I sort of did all that in my head, which is not, I shouldn't be proud of that. It's not a very good habit because it's good to it's good to record your process, and it's better to plan things than to do everything in your head, or to do things good in your head. What I was trying to do right now is I was trying to use the erase tool. It was too thick, so I chose a light, the softer type. This one is very hard. That's the word. Yeah, that's a hard round pressure size, soft round pressure size. So I want the soft round pressure size. So that's what I want. So I'll increase it a little, and then yeah, whee! It's already. I'm sure you get what I'm trying to do here. And then I get that. That I think I can get other pictures to add to this. So it's already looking cool, right? Isn't it? So got this down, and then what I want to do is I want to add a shadow to this. It looks a little flat. I want it to be like this. As you can see, you can feel the shadows, a little line of shadows behind the Mustard Seed Chapel and then the Dusseldorf. So I want that the same thing with Swollen Sunday. So how do I do that? I click Swollen Sunday, and yeah, this layer is highlighted. So there's this button here, FX, which means effects. I just click on it, and I go to, where is it? Drop shadow. That's it. Amen. 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 Yeah, what I'm doing right now is I'm changing the color of the shadow itself. It was blue initially, but I want it to be black. So I press OK, and what I'm doing can be seen here now. Is it showing? I think it's already showing. Spread. Yeah, it was showing somehow. Size. So spread is to spread the shadow. I have to define the difference between spread and size. Do not fool. Swollen Sunday. Okay, so you can play around with spread and size. Distance I wouldn't touch, because this is what you get when you do distance. It usually changes the distance of the shadow, and angle changes the angle. Like, I think it's related to, like in real life, the angle at which light is hitting an object. The angle at which the light hits where the light is coming from affects the direction of the shadow, the direction and the size of the shadow as well. So it's the same thing that you get here. But where was it initially? I think it was at 90 degrees, so that should be fine. Yeah, was it at 90 degrees? Fine, I'll just change it. What did I do? Okay, let me just, it was perfect the way it was. Anyway, yeah, it was negative 90 degrees. So, but this also looks interesting. It's actually blue. It's gone back to the color it was before. I'll make it a little dark blue and see how it is. Okay, so that's it. I don't know if I should leave Reverend's head here. It would have been nice if he was centered a little. I can crop him out and then bring him somewhere here. And then there's somebody's hand there. Anyway, I'll deal with that later. So, I also don't want these balloons, so I'll look for that. Or either I do erase. If I erase that, if I erase this, then I'll have to erase that side too, because it won't look even. So something like this is what we have right now. So right now, all I'm doing is just being creative. Just being creative with everything. Should I erase Reverend? Sheesh. I'm sorry, Reverend. Let me try and see if I can do something. Yeah, this would be, I would have to take some people out. Sorry, guys. So Reverend is centered now. I think it's better if some people can't be seen in the picture. Like anyway, it gives the impression that there were more people in the background or something like that. I somehow don't like this. But let's see. And I somehow don't like the way Reverend's head is behind the thing. Okay, I think I know how to deal with the table. Like I said, from this point onward, it's you thinking like you're just being creative about everything. And then I can erase either I use black, because this most of like the dominant color around that area is black, so either I use black with a soft round brush. This is not soft enough. Sort of feels like it feels fake. It depends on how you do it. Give him legs, sort of. You see how we cheat sometimes? Yeah. Hey. Uncle Joe has cool looking legs. So, yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be believable. I've cheated like that in other ways. So what I'll do is, let me see if I can reduce. If I use this, what you see over here is opacity. I don't know how. Yeah, it's in German, it's Deckkraft. I remember some of them. So Deckkraft. Yeah, whatever. So when I reduce this, it reduces the Deckkraft, the opacity. It makes it a little more transparent till it totally disappears. I might have to do something about this. Yeah, and I was saying later that I would want to add more pictures. I'm a pastoral people. Sorry, I listened to the Bishop. So I want to. let me see. I might have to increase the size of. Yeah, this looks good. This looks very good. Swollen Sunday. So, the rest of the text was, yeah, good. Now, unfortunately, you can't see what I'm doing on Google Chrome. Yikes. Okay, it hasn't stopped the recording, thank God. But because this app I'm using only records one window at a time, one software or one major window I'm using at a time. So if I'm working with Photoshop and I open Chrome, it won't record whatever I'm doing on Google Chrome. So I'm looking for some stuff I found, some other Swollen Sunday images I saw that other churches had done some time ago. I think one from First Love. So I'm going to download the ones I saw which I liked. This sorry, I was going to say this is one, but I just realized you won't be able to see it. So I'm going to call this A, and really close matter. And I like this one too. Sorry you can't see it, but you see it later. I'm going to call you B. And then I am going to call, oh, I've seen another interesting one, but I have to exercise self-control. What's the last one I saw which I liked? It was like Bring a Soul. Ah, okay, I remember there were two. I saw two. Let me see. Swollen Sunday. Swollen Sunday. Sorry, I'll get back to this very soon. Swollen Sunday. Yes, I have found it. So I kind of like this one too. I've heard we should be using pictures of our church anyway, so now since I'm on Google Chrome, I'll download the rest of the pictures I want to download. Yeah. Stop misbehaving, Chrome. Man, what is this? Where are your mighty works? If you see your wise man. Who should I pick from our church? Oh, I was going to pick. Going to pick Sheila to be one of the people. Let me see. I can't seem to find her face. Okay, I found her. So, thank God, finally my laptop is working faster now. By God's grace. We've gotten to 27 minutes. Yeah, sometimes it takes even longer just to do this. So, Sheila. Ernest. Oh, smiling faces. Let me see. I'll get back to Photoshop soon. I hope this thing holds on. The Lord by wisdom has founded the earth, and by understanding has established the heavens. I like this picture. Sister Elizabeth. So, save image as Sister Elizabeth. Sister Elizabeth. Sorry you can't see. I'm enjoying. I'm having fun on my own. Sorry you can't see what I'm doing, but I will. Yeah, I'll get back to Photoshop very soon. And I have two pictures now, so I think that might be enough. So, open. Sheila and Sister Elizabeth. Yeah, Sister Elizabeth and that's Sheila. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's Gabby. For some reason, Gabby, the picture I have of Gabby, I don't think she would like me to use it in this. So, let's see. I just need to add this in the background. Sort of like how Bishop, like the first love what do you call it? The first love pop-up stands are, you see people's faces there and stuff. Yeah, so I just clicked and dragged. So I can close this and close and close this one as well. So yeah, beautiful little girl. And now this picture was like 2 years ago. She's a big girl now. So I think this looks good for now. So what I'll do is I'll start erasing around the edges. Hey, where am I erasing? I was erasing Sheila. Yeah, that's another thing about Photoshop. You always have to be careful which layer you're working on. Sorry, this happens sometimes. It just slows down. Aha, good. Yeah, what I'm trying to avoid is the lines. So I can go back to Sheila and erase. You see, this has dealt with Ankojo's funny looking legs. Sorry, I'm not. I'm talking about the legs I added to his body, which weren't supposed to be there. That's because I wanted to remove that. I could have just done this to deal with the table. But anyway, the table took up much more space. So that's Sheila, that's Elizabeth. Let me remove a little bit of this. Yeah. And let me try and add. I was thinking of something, making this a little how do I call this? Yeah, fading it out a little. But if I decrease the opacity, this is what happens. Oh, okay. Yeah, what happens is that you begin to see what is behind the picture. Right, in this case, I don't think it's that bad. In Sister Elizabeth's case, it might be, yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. Let me see. Yeah, it might look weird. So instead, what I'll do is I'll hit this button here, which creates another layer. This is for two things. It's for creating a layer or copying another layer. So if I want to create a new layer, I just click this. If I want to copy a layer, I'll just click this and drag it to this. Okay, click the layer I want to copy and drag it to this button here and then leave it. Then it copies it. So undo. So I'm here right now. So what I wanted to do is, I wanted to fade this a little. So I will use white. I'll paint white over it. Take note, I'm painting on the new layer I just selected. So that is it. But it still looks a little weird. I think what I was supposed to do was take the white behind rather. Good. So now it covers Uncle Joe's legs. And I'll make it okay, make it like this, and then I'll reduce the opacity of wait, what have I done? That was the wrong thing. Reduce the opacity of Sister Elizabeth a little and see. Okay, fine. I think it's okay. Let me see. Even if I remove the white background, So on this point is it goes beyond just what you've planned. It's just working things out till it looks good enough. Right. And another thing I've experienced a lot is that there have been times I planned, whether I planned things in my head or on paper, but when I started doing it, it turns out that it didn't go as I planned it or as I wanted it to look like. On paper, it looks like a very good idea, or in my head, it looked like a very good idea, but when I start working, it's actually, it's like what I intended really doesn't apply. I don't know, somehow this black thing, this white thing doesn't really work. So let me see if black would rather do the trick. So, looks like black does the trick. Oh wow. Thank you, Lord. Wait. So I'll just paint around the area where Sister Elizabeth is and try to reduce the opacity of Sister Elizabeth. This is looking some way, but you know what? Let me see. Gabby is the problem. Sorry, God forbid. I mean, right now it's because she is there that's what's making it not look right. Good. So, I think white would have been better. See the dilemma. Okay, I shouldn't have deleted the white. Oh, this looks cool. This looks cool, actually. Let me see something. So what I'll do is I'll paint white over on top here a little. I've made a new layer. I'll paint white on top here a little and see, because Uncle Joe's legs are showing me there. I'm making Sister Elizabeth's head look a little weird. Now she looks like she has a halo, like Virgin Mary. Sorry about the jokes. So, I should get myself out of that group. I don't know how I even got into that group. Anyway, that's totally unrelated to what we are doing right now. Is this okay? She's glowing. She looks like she's glowing. Yeah, at this point now, it's just, I'm sure I've said this many times already, but right now it's just tweaking things here and there to see if it looks good or not. Just erasing stuff. We're trying to work around things and all that. Yeah, that's good enough. Good enough. Too much. Is it? I think this is okay. I don't want her face to be too prominent. Hey God. Now it's looking a little weird. This is why. How long is this recording now? 39 minutes. Okay. I just remembered something. Another thing is that all that we are doing right now, all these pictures are right on top of the swollen Sunday. That is why I'm getting the feeling that things are looking a little weird. Good. Because what's important is that we see the text. Okay, so I wish I could add a few pictures here and there, but let's see. I've got a very good idea right now. Wow, thank you, Holy Spirit. So I'm looking for the mustard seed banner. Yeah, right now I'm on Google Chrome again. Sorry. Chapel International. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, has the Healing Jesus started already? Previously, I was listening to the pastor's conference, which was earlier today, but yeah, it's live. Oh man, I started watching an older one instead. Okay, very good. Oh man, I've been missing it. He's already very far. It's like he's praying for healing now. This is what I was looking for. Found it. Wow. Sorry. Singing. Okay, sorry, I just sort of spaced out a little. So this is looking okay. Anyway, yeah, my screen is acting a little funny because of the software that I have enabled, which is called Flux. When it gets to this time of the day, it changes the color of the screen, like sort of makes it look incandescent. What did I just do? So this doesn't look good. So let me see if I can add a little white on top of it, because I want it to look like Sheila's Place. I think Sheila's Place looks cool. No, but okay. The edges of this white we're looking to fake. I want it to feel natural. Yeah, like this. Exactly. This is good. This is good. There is power. Power. Under working power. So you have to listen to me singing. To balance it off, I'll add a little bit to Sheila. Very good. Now it looks like Sister Elizabeth is faded. I'm sorry, Sister Elizabeth. Yeah, I apologize to people when I'm making changes. So I don't know, I don't like this thing at Sheila's back. So I will send yes, that looks good. So the rest of the text will come here, and I also want the baby to be seen. yeah, I'm not worried about what happens in between now because the text is going to appear there. So let's increase this Elizabeth a little. Good! This looks good. Okay, so let me see. Please write my name in the book of life. So, what do you think? Anyway, oh, that's me. Yeah, so Swollen Sunday. Good. I had already downloaded the things I wanted to use. The things I wanted to look at. The other Swollen Sunday ones. I wanted to look at the other churches. Sorry, my speech is getting a little some way. It's because I'm listening. Okay. Hey! Hey! You cannot do that to me. Okay, at least I've opened this one. I want, yeah, bring a soul to church. I don't know. I don't want this. I want the other one. Okay, I'll have to take a short break. I'll be back in like a minute.